Okay, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures. It's been a while since I did a video, so I want to come on here and give you guys an update on the angelfish and my health. Um, I will just film these couple of tanks and let you know what happened to the angelfish, and I want to show you what I did with the other tanks too, real quick. It's not going to be long, and I want to give you a prognosis and update on my own health, which I will do after I give you an update on the angelfish. Unfortunately, the angelfish did not make it. Like I said, I don't know what happened to him. He started breathing heavy. I moved him out. I quarantined him in a 10-gallon. I ran him through some meds, and he just didn't make it. And I tried every type of medication. I just didn't know what it was. I couldn't diagnose it. Um, so unfortunately, it happens um, when you do when you keep fish. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So I'm disappointed. I couldn't get him back to life, but hey, we tried everything we possibly could to get him better, and unfortunately, he did not make it. So the water parameters are perfect. There's no issues with the water. All the other fish are doing perfectly fine, as you can see. Um, so, not really sure. But anyway, um, I always think it's funny that whenever I get a angelfish like from Petco, they don't last as long as the ones you get if you breed them yourself or if you get them from a local person. I've had more success with these three fish in here. I've had them for a long time. I had them since they were babies. I did lose a few over the years. I actually lost a few when they were babies, but they're still going strong. So it all depends on how you keep them. And obviously, I lost some fish when I moved some tanks, so I kind of take the blame too. But on this one, I run some good filtration. There's good beneficial bacteria in it. There's no reason why he could have got sick. I don't know exactly what happened. He's been breathing like that for a while, so who knows? It may be something he ate. I do feed him live black worms. It's been a while since I fed that, but you never know. So that's pretty much it, guys. I did some maintenance on these tanks this weekend. You can see the 40-gallon here, looking really good. Um, I always love these Tetra tanks. They're so hardy. As you can see, the tanks are looking great. I did add some wisteria in here. Been adding wisteria in a lot of tanks because it grows so crazy. So that's pretty much. I did, like I said, I did some maintenance this weekend, water changes, and we did some. I did some cleaning of the filters. The 55-gallon looking pretty good. Um, you know, they pretty much destroyed that plant, so it's all eaten up. But I kind of expected that. I'm not really too upset about that. But like I said, we're still waiting to get a 125 here. We will eventually. So, but as you can see, like all these tanks, we did pretty much a 35% water change, maybe a little more. So yeah, we're looking good. And there's the update of the sailfin mollies. You can see they're doing really good in here. Um, and yeah, so nothing really different in these tanks. Like I said, I moved the one sailfin mollies down there. I had to separate them because they were fighting each other. But as you can see, these guys, the one with the rainbow color, kind of are on the same tank. So that's pretty much it, guys. Not much different. All these guys are in their tanks. So that's pretty much it. Um, I'm gonna go downstairs and show you guys what we did downstairs. Like I said, the angelfish is dead, and like I said, give me a couple minutes and um, I will let you know what's going on with me. All right, hold on tight, guys. Okay, guys. Before I go downstairs, I figured I'd give you an update on the guppy tank. Um, Obviously, the layer tail molly and guppy tank. As you can see, this tank is always flourishing, doing great. Never have any problem with this tank. I just did about a 40% water change in this tank, just because I like getting that plant growth. As you can see, the water wisteria is just going nuts. I added some more, and you see how big it got. That's just from a couple of weeks. But I added another couple in there. I like the way it roots hang down. I got a root that's actually cling on to the wood there, which is pretty amazing. This is my favorite tank I have. This is a seasoned tank. Um, I got plenty of plant growth in there, plenty of babies. The babies have plenty of places to hide. I don't really keep an eye on what I put in this tank. I really don't. I let this tank go. You know, crush coral down there, babies like crazy. And like I said before, if you look at the top, there's a bunch of babies, but I don't really go too crazy about um, what has babies and what kind of babies are in there or what eats the babies. I let this tank go, and I've always done it that way. And this is the tank that sits in my living room. Um, my wife likes this tank because she loves the guppies, and it's just a great tank. It's just great, and like I said, the water wisteria is something I just added to that, and I like the way it looks. We haven't added anything into this tank. Our goal and plan was to move the sailfin molly. I mean, the layered tail molly's out of here, but we had to move stuff around. And I'll explain to you what I'm doing these updates in the tanks. I'll explain to you what's going on with my health at the end of the video. But for right now, I want to show you guys what's going on. We have some plans. A lot of these plans are being put on hold until I figure out what's going on with my health. But for the most part, we did want to put the layered tail mollies in the tank downstairs and let them breed like crazy and sell them. The sailfin mollies also, we had a plan for them, and I may go back to that plan, but we moved. We had a couple of deaths in the 20-gallon long. I had a female, actually two female swordtails died. So we only have two males left, and we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with the swordtails. I do love live bearers. I do love swordtails, so I may do another swordtail tank eventually. We'll see what happens. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet with the swordtails, but the plan was to do some more live bearer tanks and some breeding downstairs. So we had to put a little hold on that right now, but I'll explain why at the end. But we still can put these guys in here and they'll still have babies. These guys don't really bother each other. They're actually really good tank mates. There may be some, picking off the young ones when they're born, maybe, but I do feed this tank a lot. I feed it twice a day because of the babies. So, they don't really eat a lot of the babies, so which is a good thing. So anyway, like I said, that's the guppy tank. We're very proud of this tank. I think I want to keep adding the water wisteria. I love it because the babies can hide in there. You also see that I have a bunch of snails in there too, hanging up inside the water wisteria. If you look on both sides, and I got some Java moss too in there. But you can see lots of growth, lots of plant growth, and the fish are doing great. Key to this tank is crushed coral, which is down there, and just good filtration, and plenty of plants. Keep that water hard, and you'll have babies. So yeah, that's the update in that tank, and let's go downstairs and finish up this video, guys. Okay, guys, we're downstairs in the fish nook. As you can see, the puffers, they got all those snail shells that they eat. They like to eat the inside of the snail, these puffers. Of course, there's a clamshell in there. But yeah, these guys are salt water now. I just did a big scrub in the algae in this tank, and I'm running the hang on back filter right now, and along with the sponge filter too. They do make a little bit of a mess. This tank I cleaned a lot of the algae off too. There's the big bad male jaguar. She's getting big. He's getting very big. But yeah, this tank just has him in it. He's kind of aggressive, so you don't want to. I don't want to move him out of there. But yeah, he's a big boy, as you can see. Um, Obviously, the guppies and the platies are still in the same tank. We're still quarantining them. We'll get them out of there. But for right now, we're going to keep them in there because they're doing so well. Looks like one of them are pregnant. Actually, a couple of them are pregnant. Um, as you can see, there might be one male in there, and all the other one's females. I'm not really sure, but I only see two of them that don't look kind of portly. But I might just keep them in there for a while. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But those guys are still quarantining. There's nothing in that tank. There is a beta in there, very, very heavily planted. He loves it in there. You can see he's by himself. He's having a grand old time. This is my snail tank. I just emptied this, so there's not really much left in there. I just gave it to the puffers. So they're pretty much well fed. There's nothing in that tank. There might be some snails. No snails anymore. I took them out a long time ago. But that's really nothing in there. There's nothing in that tank. I just took I had the two, these guys here. When we got the Severums, I actually moved them into this tank because that tank was just too small, and it had the angelfish that was quarantining in there. Put some carbon in there and did a water about a 75% water change. So that one's still empty. You can see that those two guys are still there, the Severums. They just ate. These are African cichlids. As you can see, trying to get them to come out. There's some babies I had. Peacocks, they're doing pretty good. Those are the babies I found in the 55 gallon. You can see them right there. Definitely peacocks. They're getting big too. We'll have to move them pretty soon. This is just a snail tank. Nothing going on in there. This is the other jaguar tank. 10 gallon. He's a female. We're trying to breed them. Haven't got any eggs from her recently, but we will eventually move the male into there. We're going to decide what to do with them once I get a bigger tank. But like I said, I'm going to just explain to you what we're going to do after. Give you guys an update. Severums, and obviously these guys here. You see them hiding there. This is the polar convicts, or at least I think they might be polar convicts mixed with regular convicts, but they're hiding in there. You can't really see anything in there, but they're gonna have to be moved soon too. You can see there was one right there. We'll have to move these guys soon because that 10 gallon is not big enough because the bio load and the filter is not that much. I actually added another filter in there, internal filter and a sponge filter, an old-fashioned sponge filter. This is the 15 gallon high. It hasn't changed. You got your neons in there, black. Your black neons, regular neons. I got some pencil fish in there. There's a bunch of zebra loaches, which I have a bunch of zebra loaches in all my tanks. And there is actually something else in there too. Oh, the X-ray tetras. Yeah, those guys are in there too. And then this tank, the goldfish tank, as you can see, goldfish are in there. White cloud minnows, cold water tank. Go to the side here. I like to use the up and down camera, but that's the goldfish tank. Pretty much the same. Haven't done anything with this tank yet. The white cloud minnows are in there. Shabunkin and the regular comet goldfish. That's pretty much it, guys. That's the update on every one of these tanks. That's the fish nook. As you can see right there, we're getting that pond ready for the winter. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the fish nook. Stand by and I'll let you know what the update is on my health. We'll move the camera. Okay, guys. So I showed you guys all the tanks, and the reason why I did that is because I'm going to be going into the hospital for a week. Um, if you haven't been following my journey, I have end-stage heart failure. I've been dealing with it for a number of years. Been fighting it, been getting different devices in. Um, it started when I was in my 40s, early 40s, mid 40s, around there. And I've been diagnosing it and on medication. Um, but we were on a list recently, the heart transplant list, listed at 6. Um, so, that means you don't get a high percentage of getting a heart, but you can still get a heart at number 6. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. I've been on the list for about almost 2 years now. Recently, even after all the medication I'm on, devices, trial devices, trial this, trial that, all these tests I've gotten done over the years, unfortunately, it's come to the point where I've gotten worse, which is something that happens with end-stage heart failure. I also got cardiomyopathy, so my heart's enlarged. So I got a couple of different issues going on that have been treated for this long period of time. Obviously, I'm on, you know, I'm on fluid restrictions, and I can only eat certain things. Can't drink. Can't do a lot of things. I haven't even really drove in a while. Um, I've been out of work for a while. I'm on disability now, and I'm 51. I just turned 51. I'll be 52 next year. I've been really, ever since COVID, this has gotten worse. So I got COVID, and it's pushed me over the edge pretty much. Even though this is eventually gonna lead to a transplant anyway. So unfortunately, recently I've gotten sick. I haven't been able to do as many videos, and my pressures got worse, and they call it the ejection fraction, which is how much blood your heart is pumping, got lower. I'm under 30% now. Actually about 25%. So that's gotten worse too. Now, obviously, this treatment, medication. I get my blood pressure done all the time. I got to take my blood pressure every day, my weight every day, because the fluid has to be away from your heart. But now it comes to the point where I need to get some treatment at the hospital. So I'm going to be getting some IV fluid, IV medication. It's something called Linaprol, or I can't think of it. It's like it's something with the heart. I'm not really sure exactly how to say it. It's like Linaprol or something like that. Well, anyway, whatever case is, this is going to help me move up the list too. So instead of being at 6, I'll be at 4. Now, the reason why I want to do this video is because I don't know if I'm going to be coming back anytime soon as far as doing videos. I don't know if I'm going to be leaving the hospital soon. I have no clue if this medication is going to work. So I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure that it'll help with some of my symptoms that I have, my sickness symptoms. I'm sure it was going to help. So it's a good thing, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to help me enough where I don't need what they call a heart pump. So I will keep you guys updated, but right now we're into this. I'll be going to the hospital tomorrow morning. I'll have someone come over to wash the tanks here and there. My wife will be here by herself. She'll be taking care of the tanks too. So that's the deal. Okay. Want to give you guys a heads up in case you don't see in case you don't see videos of the tanks and updates. It may be a little bit. So until next time, Remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you want to share it, share it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. All that good stuff. I'll be okay. It's something I've been fighting for a while. So just need your prayers and support, and we'll get through this. All right. I'll see you guys later.